In this episode of I Don't Work Here Lady, we are reading one story that will make you laugh multiple times. It is named You Work Here, You're Just Choosing to Not Help. If this is your first time, we cover the craziest and the funniest retail stories. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe. For more I Don't Work Here Lady videos, check out the playlist in the description. Congratulations Sean for the comment of the day, and now is the time to fight Karen. Let's do this. You work here, you're just choosing to not help. Here are the participants, myself as OP, Karen as Karen, Chad as Karen's husband, HT as Head Stead Trooper, and SP as the Guest Services Supervisor. Oh yeah, the wild Karens that come and go at various points in life. During college, I had a very well-paying but high-stress gig as a Guest Services Manager at M Stadium in the New York area. Mind you, this job paid me just enough to pay for gas in college and for a few nights out with friends. I grew up relatively broke. My parents paid the bills and food was always on the table. But allowance? It meant you had to work. So I valued the time I get to hang out with my friends and do stuff. The M Stadium would do ticket drops for employees and my friends would always ask to go. So one day, a few weeks after I graduated college, yay, finally time to make real money. My friends and I went to a concert. Mind you, I have worked at a stadium for years at this point. I've had John Karens, Violent Chads, Wild Daves, you name it. I've seen the alcohol-induced version of it. Guest Services Manager means during events, I walk around, file complaints, and get guests whatever they want. Drop the beer, I'll get you a comp. Feel like the guy next to you is cursing too much near your kids? Get security to make an appearance. It involved a radio headset and lots of power walking. It was lots of fun most nights. Few drunks here and there, some unruly guests, but Karens are always the worst. This job is about servicing thousands of fans as fast as possible. And Karens are a waste of time efficiency. The cool thing is once I got upgraded to manager, I did not have to wear a M Stadium logo shirt. I got to wear business casual and the radio headset, more like Secret Service style instead of gamer style. At this point, I am familiar face to most of the regular employees, and my very visible ID helps the employees who do not recognize me. Our rules clearly state that if we visit M Stadium as guests, we must leave our IDs and work attire at home. So I wear some jeans and a band t-shirt for the night. Mind you, it is my birthday weekend. It is a great band and my friends and I just finished college. All of my colleagues are aware of this. It's gonna be a great night. Stadium M charges an arm and a leg for parking. It is one of the biggest complaints. My supervisor comes my parking like a boss and we park in the closest lot for employees. My friends and I are hype and we get in line for security. Some of my usual team members walk by into their security line. We catch up and they all wish me a happy birthday. A work haunt of mine, Mary, promises to treat me well with free drinks and food. I am all ears, although I avoid the food personally cause I've seen where it's prepared. Hence a life goal of as little fast food as possible. This weekend though, rules are out of the window. I should have known though, a Karen had seen and heard it all. I get asked by a person. I don't turn around to look at them as one of my work friends gives me a hug and leaves. Do you work here? I respond, not today. I used to work guest services though. She immediately starts the 500 question games and I am in a pretty good mood, so I answer willingly, unknowingly feeding the beast. I explain how the layout for concert is a little overwhelming. There are 2 local bathroom facilities for the roughly 3,000 general admissions area. But once you know where to go, you are pretty much set in terms of the food and bathroom. So I give her a quick 30 seconds of my time while we wait to go through security. Karen is with her buddy Chad and 2 kids. I know the type from a glance. The dad who gets super drunk and lets loose while his wife blames everyone else. I had a guy who pulled a girl's top down while drunk and his wife physically attacked the girl for being too promiscuous around her drunk husband. The poor girl was 16. It was not one of the brightest situations I had to report on. We got through security and Karen and her family start following me around. It's a general admission crowd, so there's no seating. Right away, she lays into me. Hey OP, why does the upper ring get seats and we don't? I have children. They are going to want to sit. Still polite, I explained that on her ticket in bold, it states GA, standing only. Her family has vanished at this point, and my friends have gone ahead. I start to walk away. She goes, OP, you work here. You have to help me. I can't stand all night. I point out the guest services both, tell her quickly to state her family issue to them and they will be glad to help. I turn to walk away and she grabs my wrist. Excuse me, you're being rude. Do not walk away from me while I am talking to you. I respond, ma'am, I give you an answer. I am not an employee here tonight. Please file a complaint. Our company is very strict when it comes to us attending as guests. We cannot wear IDs or become involved with our normal working duties. An example, breaking up fights or going into employee-only zone. But Karen does not let go. At this point, we just look like a couple disagreeing on where to go. No one intervenes, which is fine. I reach back and remove her hand from my fist. Little did I know, this was far from the end. Later on, I meet my friends and the concert is half done. Drinks are cut off, the food sales are ending, and not before my friend and I have a good feel of cum stuff. I've been a decent employee, very reliable, very good reviews, it feels great. I do not know how, but somehow in a dark crowd of 3,000 people, Karen reappears. The main act is on and Karen needs a restroom. And her Chad husband wants more beer. I am not drunk, but I am not sober at this point. I am jumping up and down and enjoying myself. My friends are having a good time. Then a hand grabs me and pulls me back from jumping. I have a shoulder injury from pitching in high school and the grab was very unexpected. None of my friends notice right away because it is from behind. Immediate pain. It's the Karen's Chad. Immediately, he lays into me, saying, Hey, she asked you a question. I could smell the number of drinks on him. Still in pain with this huge drunk guy twisting my in pain arm around me back, she tries to tell me over the sound of 300 loudspeakers what she needs, and I cannot hear a word she is saying. Finally, the song ends and one of my bigger friends turns, sees me in pain and shoves the drunk Chad back off of me. Chad stumbles backward, trips and falls into a group of people. At this point, security rushes over. Karen abandons me and her children, and she is screaming for someone to help her husband. I slowly get off the ground in pain as my friends hover over me. I will admit, our security team, they swarm very quickly. My friend is livid. He looks like the aggressor and Karen lays into him while security separates everyone. I end up on my feet next to Karen's crying kids. The band starts playing again and the lights dim again. Security takes everyone involved into the employee corridor. Karen is with her husband and not even noticing her kids. I point them out to a friend of mine and he brings them in with us. Once the door shuts and there is less music, Karen lays into my friend and me, saying how I work here and refuse to help, and then how my friend attacked her husband while he was holding her children. All fabricated for maximum sympathy. At this point, state troopers are involved because Chad got hurt and is visibly bleeding and a guest was injured when he bowled into them. My supervisor, SP, arrives with her personal state trooper, HT. They work together always, and they both notice me to the side with my friend immediately. She quips right away, OP, I should have known. The HT gives me a quick nod. We are on good terms. I comp his sniper guys with hot chocolate during the winter games. Karen gets first crack, immediately unleashes a tirade at me once again, spitting with fury. Her story went along the lines of how I boasted to my friends I work here in the line, how I got mad at her for asking where the restroom were, and then during the concert, how I jumped in front of her and her kids with my friends, and when she politely asked me to move, I attack her husband. She keeps it up and goes a little too far in saying how she recorded me dancing instead of working. Unable to get her story straight, she speaks a little too much. The HT asks me for my ID and I tell him it's at home. that I am not working tonight. Karen gets pissed, saying I used it to get free drinks. My supervisor asked me if I had been drinking. I answered truthfully and then show her a receipt for one of the drinks I was comped. Karen keep interrupting. Another trooper tells her to knock it off while they start talking to the group that Chad knocked over. One of them got hurt and I cannot hear what they are saying. But when the trooper comes back around, he asks me how my shoulder is feeling. I had not told him about having my arm pinned in behind me. The woman had told him how she was standing behind me, saw the grabbed me violently, then my friend pushed him off before the melee went off. She had been recording the concert and got a full video of the Chad. It was epic. I start smirking cause I was still a little tipsy and Chad sees this. He bum rushes past some of the security folks between us screaming, "I'm gonna wipe that smirk off your face." The rest of security swarm him and he's pinned to the ground, arms behind his back. Karen is screaming at police brutality and I am just in shock and awe. After Chad is gone, Karen claims I assaulted her earlier and her husband was just trying to defend her. Do you recall the time when she grabbed my wrist? She claims I bruised her arm when I removed her hand from me. HT asks me if it is true I touched her early. I respond yes. She grabbed me, so I removed her hand. He sighs, saying he has to take a full statement on both incidents separately because she is claiming assault. I am pissed, but I go with it. Concert has ended at this point, and HT and his team take the whole lot of us to conference room. At this point, the group, pretty much now just the couple Chad hit into, has filled their statement. Our stadium rarely follows up on assault cases. They usually put in a 4-hour hold, wait for the patrons to sober up and then let them go. So I am very chill. I explain this to my friend and the couple while Karen shoots us dirty looks from across the room. They all deem this outcome acceptable. I apologize for ruining the show for them and explain if they ever choose to come back, I will do what I can. Karen gets pissed at this and is mad. I ignore her and continue to sober up. Eventually, I give my statement. It devolves into a he said, she said situation, which is fine by me. The HT comes in and explains to me and Karen, simply put, he doesn't plan to take anyone to get booked. He says he will let Chad go and the stadium won't press charges if Karen chooses to not press charges either. Karen gets livid. She is still a bit under the influence. She starts ranting on how the stadium is showing favoritism because an employee assaulted her, and how no one wanted to help her since the moment she walked in the door. She starts her poor guest services rant with, "I could not get anyone to help me, not even OP. He just kept walking away from me, and I only got an answer from him when I grabbed his arm." Bam, my ears are burning at this point. Karen keeps going, but at that point, HT has stopped listening. She finally finishes, and HT calmly asks her, "What do you mean you had to grab OP to get an answer?" She immediately climbs up. Realizing her mistake, she starts in on how no one was willing to help her with her kids and she had to get someone's attention. HT tells her to can it and asks me if I want to press charges because she made physical contact first. Karen is pissed. HT asks her how much she had to drink and tells her to get someone to pick up her and her kids. It is well past 1 AM in the morning at this point. HT and my supervisor are ready to end this. Karen is not. She keeps ranting. HT says, "One more word and I'll put you in a cell." Eventually, Karen calls someone to get her kids, and the couple decides to not press charges on Chad. Karen gets upset when HT states it is late and they will hold Chad overnight at the barracks 10 miles away. Karen gets livid. She spits at HT, who lets another side out and arrests her. My supervisor comes by and apologizes. She offers me another comp ticket for the show tomorrow, but I decline and offer them to the couple who kind saved me from losing my job. They love it, and it was the least I could do for unintentionally ruining their night. It was a side gig at this point, but it was still fun. Eventually, I returned a week later as the village idiot. Word traveled fast that I fought a guest and it just got out of hand from there. I laughed it off for about a year, till there was a huge management change and they threw guest relations under the bus any chance they had. I was sad to go, but I had a corporate gig and I was just going for fun at that point. My supervisor quit and I followed her a month later. No regrets. HT told me Karen got community service and probation for assaulting a peace officer when she spit on him. Her husband got off with no charges. Edit. I began to write this as a I don't work here lady post, but I was not working that night. We have almost 2,000 event day staff. It should not have even been noticeable that I was employee of duty in a crowd of 50,000 plus people. Oh man, this is a long but very funny story. It looks real to me. I could actually see this scenario happening, and when he stereotyped them as the Karen and the drunk dad who gets into fights, I laughed way too hard at this one. The other part that got me good is when she said that she did grab him and she knew she messed up, and then she makes it worse and spit on the security guy. Like, how stupid must you be to do that? That was definitely a level 100 Karen move, to spit on the poor guy like that. And the way she acted during the whole story was maybe a level 70 to level 60? 60 to 70. Yeah, she was crazy, entitled, and stupid. But she was not violent the whole time, just when she knew it was over. For the Chad, meh, I give him a level 30. He was just a drunk dude. He could have been way worse. Hey, did you like this I don't work here lady video? If you did, check out my playlist right here. I bet you will love it. These videos take me a lot of effort to make, so if you can show me some support by liking and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also hit the bell button to know exactly when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching. See ya!